So, a quadruple amputee professional cornhole player has been charged with the shooting death of his friend in Charles County, Maryland. And I have just one question. How? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about 27-year-old Dayton Weber being charged with the shooting death of his friend in Charles County, Maryland, after being found after he fled to Charlottesville, Virginia. Now, there are so many questions. How do you shoot somebody with no arms and no legs? Well, he has arms and legs, but it's kind of like nubs. So there is functionality there. There's videos of this guy climbing ladders in the woods with a rifle on his back, shooting the rifle, shooting handguns, playing cornhole. He's pretty high functioning, but how were you driving the vehicle and then shooting your friend at the same time? How does that really work? Why did he do this? What's going on? I know there's a physical issue, but is there also a mental issue? Now, before I go any further, let's get straight into some news. Of course, I will link to everything in the description if you want to see it and hear it without my commentary. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit a link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Charles County police now investigating after a professional cornhole player with no hands and no legs is accused of firing a deadly shot all while driving. We want to get out to our Homa Bash. She is live in La Plata this evening with more details. Homa?
Angie, bizarre to say the least. But before we get any further into this story, I just want to try to answer the question that so many people have right now. How did someone with no arms, no hands manage to fire a gun and allegedly kill someone?
It's early in the investigation, but there is no evidence at this point to suggest anybody else was involved in the shooting, and that he acted alone on this.
Now watch closely. You're looking at the man accused of murder in this case. Video from his TikTok page titled "No Hands, No Feet, Shooting 9mm Handgun." His name is Dayton James Weber, a 27-year-old quadriplegic amputee and professional cornhole player. This all started around 10:30 last night when La Plata police officers were flagged down by two witnesses near Radio Station Road. Charles County Sheriff's investigators say Weber was the driver when he shot and killed his front seat passenger, then asked those in the back seat to help get rid of the body. They refused, got out of the car, and alerted police. Weber took off with the victim in the car, identified as 27-year-old Bradrick Wells. 2 hours later and about 15 miles away, Wells's body was found dumped in someone's front yard in Charlotte Hall, Maryland. Soon after, Weber's car was tracked to a gas station in Charlottesville, Virginia. He was found at a hospital nearby and arrested after his release.
I think the witnesses helping really gave us a good start, obviously, and then it was excellent police work with not only our detectives and La Plata police, but also the authorities in Virginia.
Now, we're told that all four men in that Tesla SUV were friends, got into some sort of argument before that shooting happened. As you heard, Weber is currently in Virginia. He's going to be extradited back here to Charles County to face charges of first and second degree murder.
Now, here are some of these videos. You can see this guy. Like, you can see how this guy is able to actually function. Now, look, here he is climbing this ladder out in the woods. Okay. Now, I don't know what he has on his, I guess he would say knees. I don't know what that would be called. But are these shoes? I don't think so. But he's climbing this ladder. And you can see the rifle right there on his back. You know, some guys try to say, oh, I'm disabled, I got this going on, and you know, I can't do certain things. Well, obviously this guy can do certain things. So when it comes time for sentencing, when it comes time to actually go to prison, ain't gonna be no, oh, well, he's disabled. No. He's perfectly capable of being able to function, as you can see. So he's most likely going to go to prison for a long time. Okay. So look, rifle, now handgun, as you saw in the first clip.
Let me get your phone.
Now, I can't play too much of that because they don't like shooting and whatnot on the internet, so a lot of these social media platforms, but we're going to keep on going here. We're going to show some of this cornhole activity because that's what he did, I guess. I don't know if that was how he made a living, but he was a professional cornhole player. I'm going to just turn this down because it's just music, but you can see what's happening here. Like, this guy was somebody, it might have been on TV, like a ESPN4 or something like this. Hold on. Let's get him talking. Let's get him talking and see what he got to say. Of course, I don't know when this was recorded, but clearly before the shooting incident.
Infection when I was just 10 months old. The infection that got into my arms and legs was called Streptococcus pneumoniae. They had actually given me a 3% chance of living, and the only way that they were able to save me was by getting the infections out of my system. They had to amputate my arms and legs to keep me alive. I'm thankful for the Lord and giving those surgeons the power that he did that day to be able to make such a miracle happen.
All right.
Me is a daily driver. I believe that God put me on this planet for one reason. Everybody's got their reasons for being here, but my reason, I feel like, is to inspire other people just by me doing my daily task. I want them to have the sense of I can go out there and do anything I put my mind to. If they say, I want to go out and become a pro cornhole player now, I want them to look at me and be like, I can do it. I know I can. Anybody can play, anybody can win.
All right, there we go. So, I mean, definitely a fall from grace. Somebody that may have been a role model, people looked up to. Hey, you're disabled, you're doing all this, and I can do this too. And now you about to go to the penitentiary for a very long time for shooting your friend in the vehicle while you were driving. Now, as I close, I want to say this. Rest in peace to the person who died. Prayers out to the family. To anybody that was in the vehicle when this happened, prayers out to you, because it's a traumatic experience to see something like that go down, especially since y'all were all friends. Y'all were all friends, and then one of your friends shoot your friend right in front of you. So that's got to be very traumatic. So prayers out to you. Hopefully you're able to heal from that process in a healthy and speedy fashion. But to this guy, I don't know what you were thinking. I don't know if you have a violent history or what's going on. But regardless of disabled, no disabled, you're going to prison for a very long time. Your friend's going to tell. There's all kind of evidence. You got arrested. There's not really a matter of any kind of defense you can actually mount, because what can you really say? You get into a fist fight, well, you don't got no fist. But if you get into some kind of wrestling scuffle or something like this, then okay, that's okay. People do that. But when you start to bring guns out and hurt people, it's over with. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about this man with a quadruple amputation shooting his friend in the vehicle and taking his life while driving? Whatever your thoughts on that are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. It's a pretty crazy story. Right when I saw it, I'm like, how did he do that? Like, how did that actually go down? But hey, this guy has a really high functioning body. Although he doesn't really, quote unquote, have arms or legs, he does have something that could do something. And unfortunately, rather than just playing cornhole and being a professional sportsman, shooter and whatnot, as he appeared to have been before, he wants to go out there and use his ability that he still had to take someone's life in cold blood. Very unfortunate. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.